Welcome to Political Fix. I'm Christopher Ave, the political and national editor at the St. Louis Post-Dispatch, and we are here talking about the primary on Tuesday. I'm joined with Jack Suntrup. He is a reporter in Jefferson City. Right now we're talking about Proposition A. That's the right-to-work measure. A lot of people thought it would be a close election, but it really went down in flames, overwhelmingly rejected by the voters of Missouri. Jack, what did you see on election night, and how do you interpret these results?
So what I saw was, what everyone saw was 2/3 of Missouri voters cast no votes in opposition to the right-to-work law. And just to give a quick background, right-to-work laws forbid employers and unions from mandating union dues as a condition of employment. And Missouri voters did not like this. In St. Louis City, you had 88% of the voters come down against right-to-work, and also in rural parts of the state, like St. Genevieve County, 84% of voters came down against right to work. In places like Reynolds, Iron, and Jefferson County, you had 70 to 75% of voters cast no votes. There were only about 15 counties in the state, and there's 115 counties in Missouri that voted yes on Proposition A. So it was really overwhelming, the no votes in this situation.
Big win for labor. Organized labor spent a lot of money on this campaign. They outspent the proponents of Proposition A. What do you think this election result says about the power or influence of labor in Missouri?
Well, it's still strong, and I think what's really interesting is the Republican legislature was they passed this law. Former Governor Eric Greitens signed it. It's going to be really interesting to see if they go against the will of the people and bring it back up next year and try to pass it again. You've seen some movement in that regard Wednesday morning, but you've also seen Republicans from pro-labor districts say, "Wait a second, the voters have made their position known, and they don't like this. It's time for everyone to take a step back and really assess what's going on here."
Okay, real quick, in the minute or so we have left, there was another big statewide race. It was the Republican primary race for auditor. The incumbent auditor is a Democrat, Nicole Galloway. So we had several Republicans vying for this. How did that turn out, Jack?
So that was also a surprise. You had Sandra McDowell, who is a Jefferson City attorney who's worked in the Attorney General's office and the Secretary of State's office. She won 1/3 of the vote in a four-way primary, and that was enough to get her the Republican nomination. She did not spend hardly any money. She spent $37,000, and I expect Republican money to flow to her now that she's the nominee. And so you'll have two women competing for the state's top independent financial watchdog position.
All right, excellent, Jack. Thanks very much. That was Jack Suntrup. I'm Christopher Ave. Political Fix, thanks for joining us, and tune in later. We'll have more to say about the election results in Missouri. Thank you.